Busy, really busy, or just caught up in the illusion of business. Most people today are busy, very busy, always moving, always doing something. But here's the hard truth: busy doesn't mean productive. Don't confuse movement with progress. There's a big difference between being busy and being productive. One will get you tired, the other will get you results. I want you to stop for a moment, look at your day. Yesterday, how much time did you spend on things that truly mattered? How much was spent just trying to keep up? If you don't manage your time, time will manage you. But we live in a world that rewards business. The busier you are, the more important you seem. But business is the great distraction. It keeps you running in place. I remember early in my career, I thought success meant doing more work, more meetings, more tasks. I was exhausted, overwhelmed, yet still stuck. That's when I realized something powerful. Success is predictable. It's not luck and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. But hard work alone isn't enough. It has to be hard work on the right things. Otherwise, it's just busy work. Think about a clock. It's busy every second of the day, ticking, ticking, ticking. But the clock only matters because it moves forward one tick at a time. Your day should be the same, busy, yes, but moving forward. Either you run the day or the day runs you. The biggest challenge is not finding more time, it's using the time you have for what truly counts. Look, time is the one thing you can never get back. Once it's gone forever. You can't make more time, but you can make better choices. Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. So ask yourself this: are you watering your garden, or are you just watering the weeds? Because if you're spending your time on the wrong things, on distractions, on busy work, on urgent but unimportant tasks, no matter how busy you are, you won't grow. Don't let your day be spent on things that don't matter. Choose your activities wisely. This is why many people work harder and harder but never seem to get ahead. They're busy, yes, but they're busy on the wrong things. Let me be clear. Being busy is easy. Being productive is hard, and it starts with clarity, knowing what matters most and having the discipline to say no to everything else. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. If you want a better life, you have to stop wasting your time on the wrong things. You have to stop confusing activity with achievement. Over the next few minutes, I want to share with you how to recognize this trap, how to break free from it, and how to start making every moment count. Because the secret to success is not in doing more, it's in doing the right things consistently. Don't mistake activity with accomplishment. So take a deep breath, slow down, and let's begin the journey to true productivity. Let me say it straight: if you keep doing the wrong things, it doesn't matter how fast you run, you're still going the wrong way. You don't have to do everything, just the right things. You see, life is not just about doing. It's about doing what matters, and to do that you have to stop doing what doesn't. I meet people all the time who say, "Jim, I'm working 12 hours a day." I say, that's not the question. The question is, what are you working on? Let me give you a picture. You can run full speed on a treadmill, but guess what? You don't go anywhere. You're moving but not progressing. That's how most people live. They check emails, scroll social media, attend meetings, answer every phone call, always busy. But what did they create? What did they build? What did they accomplish that moves their life forward? Let me tell you what I learned early on: activity is not achievement. Don't mistake movement for progress. You can be a very busy fool and you'll work hard but end up tired and broke. Now, I'm not judging. I've been there. I used to spend hours organizing my desk. Instead of making calls, I would plan and replan instead of executing, because planning felt productive, but it wasn't what I needed to do. And that's the key. It's not about what feels productive, it's about what actually is. So let me ask you a tough question: what are your wrong things? What's stealing your hours and offering you nothing in return? Maybe it's scrolling for hours. Maybe it's hanging around people who gossip but don't grow. Maybe it's working in circles instead of Taking bold steps forward we all have. Our distractions the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people. Successful people cut the wrong things early. They eliminate waste. Time is more valuable than money. You can always get more money, but you can't get more time, and that's why I say stop doing the wrong things. Not tomorrow. Today. Here's how. 1. Audit your day. Take a sheet of paper. Write down what you did yesterday, hour by hour. Then be honest with yourself. Which hours moved you forward? Which ones didn't? Do this every week. You'll be surprised how much time disappears into thin air. 2. Learn to say no. You don't have to be rude, but you do have to be clear. Every time you say yes to something small, you might be saying no to something big. Don't major in minor things. Don't say yes out of guilt. Don't say yes just to be polite. Say yes to your purpose. Say yes to your future. 3. Eliminate the noise. Turn off the phone. Close the tabs. Clear the desk. Give yourself 1 hour of silence and focus. You'd be amazed what you can do in 1 hour of focused effort compared to 10 hours of distraction. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons, and choose discipline now or carry the weight of regret later. Let me tell you a story. I once mentored a young man who said, "Jim, I'm working non-stop but nothing is happening." I asked him to write down everything he did each day for a week, and when we reviewed it together, it was clear he was always working but not working on the right things. He was avoiding the hard calls, spending time in endless preparation, drowning in low-value tasks. I told him, "You've got to stop being busy for the sake of being busy. Start doing what counts." He made the shift. Cut the fluff, focused on high-impact actions, and guess what? In 90 days his income doubled, not because he worked more but because he stopped wasting time on the wrong things. That's the lesson. What's easy to do is also easy not to do. It's easy to scroll. It's easy to be distracted. It's easy to say, "I'm busy." But the great ones say they choose the hard path. They choose to do what matters. Let me close this part with a challenge. Every morning ask yourself, what are the 3 most important things I need to do today? Then do them. Before you do anything else. No distractions, no excuses, just focused action. Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying the basic fundamentals, and one of those fundamentals is to stop wasting time. Stop doing the wrong things, because when you do, you create space for the right things to flourish, and that's when life begins to change. Let me ask you something today. Are you working on what matters most? See if you're spending your precious hours on tasks that don't move the needle. You'll always feel tired. You'll always feel busy, but you won't feel fulfilled because you're trading your life for things that don't count. Don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life. You've got to learn the difference between what's urgent and what's important. Too many people live in the land of urgency. Everything's on fire. Everything's a crisis. Everything is right now. But the truly successful, they live in the land of importance. They don't just ask what needs to be done today. They ask, what should I be doing with my life? Because here's the truth: you can win the day and still lose the decade if you're not working on the right things. Let me introduce you to a little principle I learned early on. It's called the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. It says 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. So what does that mean? It means not everything you do is equal. Not every task is valuable. Some things are worth gold, others are just dust. If you want to be productive, really productive, you've got to find your vital few, the small set of actions that bring the biggest returns. Here's what I recommend. 1. Identify your highest value activities. Ask yourself, what are the 3 things I do that create 80% of my progress? For a business owner, it might be closing deals. For a writer, it's writing. For a leader, it's vision and decision-making. Whatever your craft, find the core and do more of that. Everything else, delegate it, automate it, or Eliminate it to protect your focus. Your most valuable work requires your best focus, and focus is fragile. The phone rings, a text pops up, and someone walks in. The day is gone. You've got to defend your time. Block out hours. Shut off distractions. Give your priorities your full attention. Either you run the day or the day runs you. 3. Learn to say no. Again, yes, we're back here because this one's a big one. Every yes is a trade, and if you keep saying yes to everything, you're saying no to your future, no to your health, no to your family, no to your dream. Don't let the minor things steal your major time. Let me tell you a story. A few years ago, I spoke to a man who was completely overwhelmed. He had 100 things to dog. In no time, he said, "Jim, I don't know how to keep up. I'm falling behind." I said, "Let me see your list." He handed me 2 pages of tasks. I looked through it, nodded, and circled 3 things. I said, "Do these 3, forget the rest for now." He looked at me like I was crazy, but 3 months later he called me back and said, "Jim, those 3 things changed everything. See, most of us don't need to do more, we need to do less, but better. Quality over quantity, results over noise. Now this won't be easy. We live in a world that celebrates hustle, league, but forgets to honor purpose. But your life is not about being everything to everyone. It's about being true to your highest calling. Success is not doing 1,000 things, it's doing a few things 1,000 times. That's how mastery is built. That's how impact is made. Every evening before you sleep, ask yourself, did I work on what really matters today? Not just emails, not just errands, not just busy work, but purpose, progress, the real stuff. And if you didn't, that's okay, but tomorrow choose better, aim higher, and get to work on your masterpiece, because your time is too valuable to waste on anything less. Now let me ask you something simple but powerful. What do you do every single day? Because success doesn't happen someday. Success doesn't visit you randomly. Success is built in the daily disciplines, the habits, the rituals, the consistent execution. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. That's it. Not a grand strategy, not magic, not genius, just discipline. Day in, day out. You see, one of the great tragedies is people spend so much time planning, but they never execute. They talk, they dream, they strategize, but the world doesn't reward intentions, it rewards action. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. You can have the best ideas in the world, but if you don't cross that bridge, you'll stay where you are. Let's break it down. There are 3 things that shape your future: on what you do consistently, your habits, your routines, your patterns. Not once, not twice, consistently. Winners don't wake up inspired every day, they wake up committed. They don't wait for motivation. They build a routine so strong that it carries them even when motivation fades. You need habits that serve your vision, not habits that steal your time. So ask yourself, are my daily habits leading me closer to my dreams or farther away? If you want a different result, change the routine, upgrade the pattern to how you manage your time. Let me be direct. If you don't run your day will run you. And it won't take long before a week turns into a month and a year slips through your fingers. Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. Guard it, invest it, don't spend it like it's cheap. Every morning, write down your priorities, your top 3, and don't end your day until they're done. 3. Your capacity to do what's hard. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. That's the test. That's what separates the amateurs from the professionals. The average person skips the hard things. The greats, they chase them, they show up early, stay focused, push themselves past comfort. Why? Because they understand we must all suffer one of 2 pains: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And discipline costs pennies, but regret costs a fortune. Let me share something personal. Years ago, I developed a simple habit. I call it the power or 1 hour every day. No interruptions, no distractions, just deep focused work that 1 hour changed my income, changed my impact, changed my entire future because most people never give even 60 full minutes to their own goals. They give hours to Netflix, hours to the news, but minutes to their dream. Now here's a truth most won't tell you: discipline is not natural. It's developed, it's trained, it's built through small wins. Start small, read 10 pages, exercise 20 minutes, plan your day the night before, track your progress. Stack the wins one brick at a time. Before you know it, you've built a wall of success. But here's the warning: discipline can fade, so you've got to renew it daily. Remind yourself why you started, reflect on the cost of giving up, and surround yourself with people who hold you accountable, not people who make excuses with you. You are not average, so don't act like it, don't settle like it, don't train like it. You've got work to do, and that work is waiting every morning before the world wakes up, before the noise creeps in. That's your window. Don't begin the day until you finished it on paper, a plan it, own it, execute it. So let me ask you once more, what did you do today that brought you closer to your purpose? What will you do tomorrow that demands discipline? Because talk doesn't move the needle, daily action does. Discipline is not punishment, it's the highest form of self-love, because you're saying, I will not waste this life, I will give it all I've got. And if you can say that each day, you're already winning. Let me share something with you that most people miss: being busy isn't the same as being productive. You can run fast and still head in the wrong direction. You can fill your schedule and still empty your purpose. Don't mistake motion for meaning. Don't confuse effort with progress. You see, the clock keeps ticking, whether you're intentional or distracted, whether you're building or just busy. Learn to separate the majors from the minors. A lot of people don't do well simply because they major in minor things. That's the key. Too many people spend years chasing noise, answering calls that don't matter, saying yes to everyone and no to their own dreams. You must stop, pause, reflect, and ask yourself the most important question: am I living intentionally or just reacting? Let me tell you something: you don't get a second shot at this day. You don't get a second shot at this year. So you've got to stop living by default and start living by design. Productivity is not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. What good is it to win every argument, answer every email, attend every meeting, and lose sight of your vision? That's not productivity, that's distraction in disguise. So how do you shift? How do you go from busy to productive? Let me give you 3 powerful tools. 1. Clarity of purpose. You can't hit a target you can't see, and you can't say no if you don't know what your big yes is. So ask yourself, what do I want, not what does society want, not what do others expect. What do I want to build? Who do I want to become? When your purpose is clear, your priorities get simple, and when your priorities are simple, decisions become easy. You stop chasing approval and you start chasing purpose. 2. Elimination of the unnecessary. Don't spend major time on minor things. That means not every call needs answering, not every request needs your attention, not every opportunity is your opportunity. Say no without guilt. Cut out the clutter in your calendar, in your commitments, even in your relationships, not out of selfishness, but out of focus, because every yes to something small is a no to something great. 3. Intentional planning. Don't start your day until you finished it on paper, a plan. Write it down. Don't drift into your day every morning. Ask, what are the 3 most important things today? And then don't quit until they're done. Productive people don't have longer days, they have clearer priorities. They live by schedule, not by impulse. They don't wonder what to do, they already decided the night before. Now let me say this: intentional living isn't easy. It takes courage to slow down, it takes strength to say no, it takes wisdom to focus on what matters. But that's how you win, not just in business, but in life. When you're intentional, you become powerful, you become present, you become a force, because your life is no longer an accident, it becomes a statement. You are not put here to be Average, you are not put here to stay. Busy, you were put here to create, to build, to make your time count. So don't just fill your schedule, fill your life with meaning, because every minute counts. You're not just the big ones, but the small silent ones when no one's watching. That's where success is built, in the decisions no one sees, in the hours you take control, in the days you live on purpose. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction, so change your direction. Get clear, cut the clutter, live intentionally, and the next time someone asks if you're busy, tell them, no, I'm not busy, I'm productive, I'm focused, I'm intentional, I'm building something great, because busy is a trap, but productivity is freedom, and that's the life worth living. Let me leave you with this: you don't get paid for your time, you get paid for the value you bring to that time, and value doesn't come from being busy, it comes from being effective, from doing the right things in the right way for the right reasons. You've learned now that being busy is easy, anybody can fill their day with noise, but being productive, that's rare. That takes clarity, that takes courage, that takes discipline. So here's your challenge: don't just hustle, you don't just check boxes, be intentional, wake up with a plan, cut out the distractions, focus on the majors, not the minors, because success is not about speed, it's about direction. It's not about how much you do, it's about what you do, and when you master that, you won't just look successful, you'll become successful in business, in relationships, in life. Remember my words, don't mistake movement for achievement. It's easy to get faked out by being busy. The question is, busy doing what? So go now, choose productivity, choose purpose, choose power, and live a life not just full, but a life that's fulfilled. That's the goal, and that's the difference. Thank you.